Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the 130th segment of Be Inspired with Busopa Life Changing Reality Tonic. I am still Honorable Ambassador Busopa to Siwe, and I am here on this our platform where we discuss tropical issues in order to embrace our truth that leads to our freedom. Yes, please, whenever you come across this video or a link to this video, kindly subscribe. Okay, like, share to your friends and to all your contacts, okay, and then drop your comments there. To those who have been dropping comments, who have been reaching me, who have been giving me feedback, who have been thumbing up, who have been doing a whole lot, I am so grateful. Thank you so much. Today we will be talking on the topic block all loopholes. Yes, block all loopholes. And today on we are going to be blocking loopholes through personal identification of what we need to do. Okay, because a loophole is a means of escape, an evasion, an opportunity, of evading something, maybe rule of law, something, okay, and an avenue that people are always looking out for in order to bring someone down. Most times too, people look out for loopholes in order to try to form or keep a habit. So all those things are all together, different things that people do when they find a loophole, especially those people, evil ones, who are used by whatever it is in order to bring you down. But my prayer for us today is that the mighty God will make every eyes and every legs, every monitoring spirit that are looking for that flaw in your life, that are looking for that loophole in order to destroy your destiny, that heaven will blind them. Amen. Okay, a lot of people have destiny has been brought back, mighty destinies, because people around them have looked for a flaw, and looked for a loophole, that they didn't see coming, and they use them to actually drag them. A lot of people are there on your relationship, they are there on your marriage, they are there on your job, they are there in your family, they are there in your life in order just to see an avenue, a little opening, a tiny, that confused moment in order to scatter everything. Yeah, that little opening, that opportunity, that confused moment is enough for those evil ones to come into your life and mess it up. And there's a lot of people that are so unlucky and so unfortunate to saddle themselves in an environment where there's a lot of toxic people, there are a lot of people who really want nothing but to bring them down, who have actually have a mapped out the thing about the person in their head, and they are looking for something that will fit into whatever they have decided. That's who you are, that's what you're made of in their own head, and they're looking for physical loophole, physical flaw, something, any misstep, any mistake, in order for them to fit into what they have said that's who you are. But heaven will never ever put you in that trap that the evil ones have already mapped out for you. So there are things you must know and be wary of if you want to block loopholes. Is a must. You must know them, because if we want to go further, I need to say something that a captain said. That a ship that are sturdy and storm-proof, that it does not sink because of the water around it. No, it doesn't sink because it already storm-proof and all that. So it doesn't sink no matter the kind of water, no matter what it is. It can't sink. But you know what makes it think? It sinks because of the water that gets in them, not the ones around them. It doesn't matter the ocean around that ship. It can never ever sink because nothing will happen. But it sinks because of the water that gets inside it. Okay, so now let's bring it home. Let's bring it down. If you give up on yourself, it's not because of the turbulence of life around you. No, it's not. It doesn't matter how heavy. It doesn't matter how mighty. It doesn't matter the satanic voices that are speaking. It doesn't matter those people that are invoking you, that are manipulating you, that are trying to do their invocation and whatever it is, projection and all that. They will never ever have anything to do with you. But the truth is that in the moment you allow the turbulence to crack you, yeah, that's when you've allowed them to get into you, and they will not leave you same. That's the truth. The storm of life is not different from the sea tide. It's not. Every day they never sleep. Today is low, tomorrow is high, next tomorrow is in the highest. But you know what? They fizzle. The moment you're standing strong and you didn't crack, your walls are okay, your defensive mechanism is in high ritual, nothing will happen. They will never have. I've had reason to speak and counsel numerous people in the course of this humanitarian job that I do. A lot of people going through a lot of travails of life, and I found out that most of them messed up when they cracked up. That the thing got into them before they were able to, without that crack, most of them were holding forth until their will left them, until they accepted defeat, until they decided that enough, they can't hold on anymore. When you crack up, those things come in and mess you up, and they will not pity you because they have no mercy. Their fury have no pity in them. That's why you had to hold on your own, And for you to be able to block all the loopholes, honestly, you must be properly equipped. And this time around, on personal identification, there are so many numerous questions I'm going to be telling you. These questions, you need to ask yourself these questions. Get to know the answer. And you'll be blocking up, because you will not be vegetable in the hands of those who are looking for you to destroy. Do you understand? So for you to know yourself better, you need to have those, you need to be equipped with those questions, and it will enable you see yourself well and be able to know that yes, I am on top of the situation. And what are those questions? First you have to ask, what are your strengths? You need to know what your strengths are. What are your short and long-term goals? You need to list them out. You need to know them. What are the things that matters most to you? You must really know them. And as I ask myself, what are the things that matters most to me? What are my support people? Who are those that I know I can count on? Then as I'm talking here, I'm referring to you as well. These are the questions we need to ask. Who are my support people? What am I ashamed of? You need to know the things you're ashamed of, to know you cannot put yourself into that kind of mess. What do I like to do? What is it that I can do effortlessly? What is it that I can do for fun? What is it that I love to do? Just do. You need to know them. And you need to know what new activities am I interested in? Or what is it that I'm willing to try? You need to really find out those things, okay? And then, what am I worried about? These things are tiny. It looks as if they don't matter, but they are the you. They are the you in you. They are the things that make up you. They are your personality. And if you don't know them, anybody can deceive you and derail you. So you need to be in touch. You need to be at the top now. You need to be on top of these situations. What am I worried about? What are they? What are my values? Because you need to identify your values. They are like your life compass. You need to know them. Okay, what am I? Okay, when you ask yourself what your values are, what do I believe in? What are those things that I believe in? Is it politics? Is it religion? Is it social issue? What are those things that I believe in? You need to know, where do I feel safest? You need to know, because the worst thing that can happen to you, to be around toxic people, to be around people that you know that they don't like you. You know that whatever, when they smile, is because that, nothing that they do is from the heart, because they have shown you. They have shown you already. They cannot wait to fly, to run, to do anything with your name whenever the opportunity comes. They give you no benefit of doubt. They don't believe anything. The worst is what they have calculated and they have packed for you. So whatever it is that fits into that thing they believe in you, they are happy. They are looking for, what to do, what to say, and don't ever want to know if your personality is beneath what they are even accusing you of, or what they are talking about. They don't want to know. So you ask yourself, where do I feel safest? Because if you don't know where you're safest, you will be in a wrong place. And honestly, whilst you're in a wrong place, the good spirit in you will depart from you. You won't find joy. You will not be yourself. You will not, it's not like you're living, that you're being put in prison in a place where you are supposed to feel free. So you find out what gives you comfort. You ask yourself, what gives me comfort, or who gives me comfort? What gives me comfort? Who gives me comfort? Because when you are with somebody who gives you comfort, you're happy. When you're in a place where you have comfort, you're super happy. What are those greatest things that are, what are my greatest fears? You need to know what your fears are, because nobody can tell you who you are except you identify them yourself. You can never work on somebody else. It doesn't matter what somebody else tells you. That is the foundation. That is it. You must know the things that works for you and the things that works well with you. You know your fears. You know the things that cause you anxiety. You know the things that cut your spirit. You know the things that bring you sorrow. You know the areas you cannot be and you can't be your best. You know where your best comes out. You know in an environment where you can be. You can speak without minding what people can do, because you know that every other person knows that you speak. There are people that talk how they feel. You know, they say their mind. I, for one, I don't like to be, in an environment where I can't be free to talk. Because when I feel pain, I talk. I say my mind when anything is but you see, when I don't like what is going on, I say my mind. And if you're like me and you find yourself in an environment where you say your mind and people tweet this and basket it and cover it and clothe it and run with it, that you have done something, that's not a healthy way to be. You have to check again, what's my proudest accomplishment? Because if you check what you have done that is so noble, you find your ego a bit, makes you happy. Before you check your greatest fears, you check what it is that you have done that is so noble, so wonderful, your greatest accomplishment. And then you check what your biggest failure is. Don't forget that when you fail, that's not a downcast. I don't have a problem with failure, except you're not learning anything. When you fail in anything, there's a wonderful lesson to learn in them. And these are things you need to prop yourself up with, because you need to know these things about yourself. How can I arrange, how can I be the best that I can ever be? If you ask yourself that question and you find an answer, how can I be, how can I better my life? How can I give myself the best in order to safeguard myself from people taking advantage of me? What part of my job do I dislike? What is it that I do? Is it making me happy? Does it bring me sorrow? What I'm doing presently, do I feel it? Am I feeling it? If you ask yourself these questions and have an answer, you are on top of the situation. Because what does my inner critic tell me? There are people there must be one or two persons that you confide in and talk, and you shouldn't be ashamed of them telling you the truth about it, whatever it is. But when they castigate you, that's when it's a problem. Because I, for one, if you're close to me, I don't have any fear in telling you. If you've done something that I did not like, I say my mind. And when I say how I feel, it is not being rude, it's being real. And I want you to know me. This is who I am. I stay away from trouble. I won't mind my business. But when there's anything to say, I say them. And when I say anything, I stand by. I'm a slave to my words. I can never deny my words, but you don't lie against me. Don't say things I did not do. So you need to know yourself and know where. If you say things I did not do, the pain runs deep. It's hard for me to bear. But if I say something right now, take it, go to anywhere, put it on billboard, put it anywhere. It doesn't matter if you like that thing or not. For the fact I said it, that's what I said. But if it's not what I said, don't twist my words. Don't make it. Say it exactly how I say it. I don't owe anybody any apology on it, because I am not smoking. I am saying it because I want to say it. So a lot of people are there, a confused life. You don't even know. Identify who you are so that you can know where. Even if it's a flaw, identify it. Your weaknesses, identify them. Your strength, identify them. Know who you are. Know where you belong. And know when people are taking advantage of you. Know when to leave a place and know when to leave a table. When respect is not served again. Know when to do all those things, because we need to. Don't forget that these loopholes that we're talking about today, blocking them is when you need to identify yourself completely. That's what will help you block the loopholes. I'm not even talking about external factors now. The internal factors, the you and I, what we need to do to block loopholes, not to hand ourselves over to enemies that are waiting for us to destroy. You will not hand yourself over, and I will not hand myself over. So we need to ask ourselves all these questions. Am I energized? What energizes me? Which sort of people am I with? That I'm energized when I am with them? Or am I energized when I'm by myself alone, or in this particular set of people, in this particular, well, you need to know, what's my, what do I do to show compassion to myself and to really self-care for myself, because you can't give other people what you can't give yourself. You cannot hate yourself and love another person. It's not possible. You need to love, cherish yourself, appreciate yourself, have compassion, forgive yourself, understand yourself, and then show care for yourself. That's what you can be able to give her, because you can't give what you don't have. Exactly. So all this kind of identification thing, how do I compliment myself and how do I take compliment from people? What is it that I do? Am I this kind of person that demands it? My system demands I be compliment, or am I this kind of person who showers compliment to people without even minding? Do you belong to this kind of people that just want to do something selflessly and without actually asking for anything? Or do you belong to this kind of people that if it's not making money, it's not making sense? Whatever it is, know who you are. My problem is not judging you on who you are, on the side you are. Know yourself and know exactly how you fit in, for you to know, what do my dreams tell me? What's my happiest memory, and what it is that I can remember it, and I will know, I will frown, I know that yes, that's something that is not okay. What am I passionate about? You need to know these things, okay? And then, what am I grateful about? Don't forget that gratitude that is unexpressed is ingratitude expressed. If you're this kind of person that are grateful to people and you can't voice it out, that's ingratitude on its own. And because if you're grateful for what somebody has said, are you this kind of person that belong, somebody, you want people to admit what they did not do because you think you understand, and you're telling them to move on, and then you are not even allowing them and not accepting that they didn't do what you are saying that they did. In your head, you accepted that the person has said that thing that the person did not say, but because you think you understand, it doesn't matter. You want the person to stay with the guilt of what the person did not do, and you're quoting people who the person did not tell the same thing, and then you're quoting them. So in other words, you want to keep it to actually rubbish the life of this person eventually, because if you're very good, you will want to see the truth in every situation and want to okay, oh, I didn't know, oh yes. When you side with somebody in a side of truth. Don't side with somebody because you think you understand, and then you want that person to forget and move on a lie. That's not okay. What kind of person are you? Where do you belong to? Okay, what is it how do you feel when you're too stressed, and when you're feeling down? How do you do? What do you do? Because if you understand, you must identify all those things in order to block loopholes that will come, that will give an enemy chance to enter into your life, because they are waiting. Even if you're poor, enemies are waiting. You're rich, they're waiting. People actually don't hate you because you have so much money. They don't. Most times they hate the way people love you. They hate how energetic you are. They hate how you do things and get it done with effortlessly. Most times they hate the efficiency that comes with you. Most times they dislike those. There are so many reasons why people may not like who you are. So it does not matter. But you need to identify yourself properly. Identify so you can block all loopholes. Yes, these loopholes, don't leave. I don't want you to talk about external enemies. Your life, are you in tune with this? Do you understand all this? If you ask yourself all these questions, if you have an answer ready for them, you're already on top of the situation. Because you look around your life, you will understand that only you and you alone can make a lot of difference in your life. And if you understand the truth about yourself, you'll be able to jump and pass a lot of things, and a lot of loopholes, you will cover them. You will block them on your own, and you won't give in. You won't allow people walk into your life to confuse you, to distract you, because you'll be able to disconnect all distractions, because you know who you are. So you know when what you like is coming to you and when it's not coming to you. No matter the preaching anybody does, you know your worth, you know what you deserve. And if you're not seeing it, you know when to walk away from the table, when respect and regards are no longer served. You know when and the hand people are giving you, you know what to give them. You know that these people really do not want you. Take yourself out from their midst and then stay from a corner and watch them. Do you understand? So you need to block loopholes, understanding this, and knowing who you are, knowing what you are, knowing what you're doing, knowing what you're headed to, and knowing exactly what trips you and what makes you happy. If you have all these answers, you're top the decision, you're top the game, you're on top the condition, you're top the situation, you're on top everything. So that's it, my dear. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Be Inspired with Buzo Part. Follow me at Instagram, Be Inspired with Ambassador.Buzo. Follow me at TikTok, Be Inspired with Buzo Part. Follow me at Facebook, Be Inspired with Buzo Part. I keep saying as if I visit all these people. See you next week. God bless you.